Okay, everybody. Let's see, July 9th, 2019. It's a little after 11 in the morning. Let me set my timer on my fancy gym watch here. Okay, this is the third video today for Samantha's Peeps on Discord. Yeah. I think I've been a member of Discord for what is it, two and a half, 3 months now. Really enjoying it. I love seeing everyone's the things you post. There's lots of great information there. I don't always answer everyone, but I do read everything. And that's one of the reasons I'm making these videos, is because I've seen, a topic that comes up, several times, and it prompts me to want to write a response, but I'm kind of lazy. I don't like typing. I would rather make a video and then talk about whatever. Okay, this is going to be a fun story. This is about ghost busting in Japan. Ghost busting in Japan. Some people have talked about ghosts, and I think it was on the one of the, let's see, who's doing the psychic meetups now? Oh man, come on, I feel bad because I can't think of the guy emails me. Is it Rudy? No. Oh man, I feel terrible. You hate that don't you hate that when you want to say someone's name and you got it right there, and then as soon as you want to say it, it like escapes your brain. So the psychic meetups. Yeah, it's Rudy, right? Rudy. It was Mickey, and now it's Rudy. Yeah, Rudy. So Rudy said something, and it reminded me of this story, and I wanted to talk about it, but then I realized, no, if I start talking, it's going to take up all the time, and then no one else will have time to speak, so I'm doing it this way. Okay. I've seen ghosts since I was a kid. Probably the most amazing ghost seeing a ghost story that I have was I saw a regiment of Civil War soldiers walking down the street. Looked out my window, and the normal view out my window completely changed, and I could see this regiment of Civil War soldiers walking down the street, and it lasted for about 20 seconds. It was like I was in a different reality, It's pretty amazing. Anyway, okay. So what I want to say is I've seen ghosts before a number of times, but it's not something I see every day. I'm not really like out looking for seeing ghosts. Ghosts don't bother me. When I was a kid, they kind of did. I mean, just the idea of it, right? But I've never been anywhere, seen a ghost, and freaked out. I've never done that. It's not that kind of thing. Yeah. So I just want to establish that. So let me look at my notes here. Yeah, years ago, trying to think of how many years ago now, probably 10 years ago. So about 2009. 2009, I had been asked by this hotel in Japan, in the city I was living, if I could do like English classes for their workers, like the front desk people, because they were getting a lot of people from America who were coming to stay at their hotel because they were part of Toyota, and Toyota had a big factory in this city. So this hotel was one of the only hotels in town, so they were getting overwhelmed with English-speaking guests. And contrary to what most people think, in Japan, most Japanese cannot speak English at any level whatsoever. You might go to Tokyo or Yokohama or Kobe and find, that, oh yeah, some of the workers speak English. Oh, it's great. No, that's a very, very limited group of people in Japan, trust me. So anyway, I was asked to teach English to these workers. Okay, cool, yeah, I love to go to new places, meet new people, see what's going on. So after, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or something, the students were telling me, I heard the students talking amongst themselves before we started class about, oh boy, it happened again, someone called the front desk all hysterical last night. There was a ghost and we had to put him in a different room, da 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 da. And maybe the students forgot that I speak Japanese, or maybe they thought I couldn't hear them. They're telling this story, and then I said, wow, you guys have a ghost in your hotel? And they're like, yeah, but we're not supposed to talk about it. And I said, oh, that's cool, okay. And I said, well, when I was a kid, I used to see ghosts, here and there, and so cool. And the topic was dropped. But then the next week I came, and the lady who was kind of in charge of the classes said, can you really see ghosts? And I said, well, I could when I was a kid, I said I saw one, just before my wife and I got married here in Japan. More like a demon. But yeah, I've seen ghosts. And she said, well, our owner would like to talk to you. Oh, okay. And I knew who the owner was because he came to me and asked me if I would teach. So talked to the guy and he says, yeah, we have this ghost and there's one room that we can't rent out anymore because whenever people stay there, they see the ghost and it freaks them out, and our hotel is going to get a bad reputation. I'm wondering if you could just try and help us out. And I said, oh, you mean get rid of the ghost? Yeah. Oh, maybe I could do that. So he said, so instead of our English class today, can you spend the time looking over the hotel? Sure, why not? So let's see, it was me, him, and then these three ladies who were the front desk workers. We get in an elevator and we go up to the 4th floor and we get out and he says to me, okay, we're going to wait here and I'd like you to see if you can guess which room we have trouble with the ghosts. And I said, yeah, no problem. And as I stepped off the elevator, I already knew the answer, which was kind of strange now that I think about it. I didn't think it was strange at the time. So I walk off the elevator, turn to the right, walk down to room 418, and I look and go, yep, that's the room. So then I yell down the hall because it's a really long hallway, and I'm like, hey, I found the room. It's 418. And then he's like, come back. So then I walk back and he goes, oh my God, how did you know that? And I said, I don't know. We stepped off the elevator. I knew it was room 418. Really? So I said, yeah. So I said, well, let me walk back down there. I want to see if there's really a ghost there. So just as I get close to the door, and this is as I'm walking down the hall, the 418 is on my left. I see this male ghost zip out of the door, down the hallway and out the window, which is at the end of the hall. So I turn around, and because this guy and the girls are following me, but they're kind of, they've got some distance because they're pretty nervous. And I said, yeah, the ghost just went out the window. Oh my God, oh my God. And the guy said, well, there's another area where people have seen ghosts. Can we take you there? Sure. So we go down to the first floor, and it's a huge banquet hall area. So I walk into the room, and the guy says, well, what do you think? So I walk into the room, I look around, and then it's everything changed. I could see how the place used to be. And I said to him, oh my God, you used to do funerals here? The guy says, why do you think that? And I said, well, there's a big elevator right there. I can see you brought the bodies through the elevator and you put the bodies on a table, and a priest or someone was here. It was a Buddhist thing. And I said, oh my God, this is a wedding place now. You used to do funerals here? And I know from a Japanese standpoint, that's a real bad deal. If you had a place that used to do funerals and now they do weddings. If your customers knew that, they wouldn't come. So anyway, I said, yeah, hey, I look around the room and I see two ghosts shoot off to my left towards the kitchen area. So then I run into the kitchen, and then the one ghost, who is a male, I can't see him anymore, but the female ghost goes down the end of the kitchen, disappears through the wall. Looks back at me, as I'm running in the kitchen. So I walk out and I tell the guy, I said, you got two ghosts, a man and a woman. So we're standing in this huge banquet hall. And they're not really believing me. So then in Japanese I say out loud, if there really are ghosts in this hotel, give me a sign. And I'm kind of leaning on this table that we're standing near. And it's one of these tables that, 12 people could sit at. So I'm leaning on the table saying out loud in Japanese, so these people hear me, if there really are ghosts here, give me a sign. Nothing. We all walk in the kitchen. We walk back out, and on that table that I was leaning on, in the middle of the table, and the tables were all clear, there was nothing on these tables, in the middle of the table is a Hershey's Kiss. Which in those days was really rare to find in Japan, because it's like an American product. So I said to them, hey, who put this Hershey's Kiss on the table? And then everybody freaked out because they knew it wasn't there beforehand. And I said, well, that's a pretty good sign. I'm an American guy, I love chocolate, and the ghost just happened to put a Hershey's Kiss in the middle of the table. Like, how awesome is that? So long story short, I'm able to communicate with both of the ghosts. The woman, yep, she was, had her funeral there, and then she's just kind of like stuck in this loop. And I said to her, go towards the light. That's where you want to go. And no, I'm nervous, this and that. And I said, don't worry, there's people waiting for you in the light. And I said, just go towards it, and if I'm wrong, come back. And I could see her like walk off, and it got real bright. Zoom, she got sucked in, she was gone. Cool. Then I turned to the guy and I said, the male ghost, he's older. And I said, see, she did it. All you have to do is walk towards the light. And he said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go through hell. And then I realized, oh, this guy's Buddhist. He thinks he's going through 49 days of hell, which is what all Buddhists in Japan believe. And I said, no, that's not how it is. And I said, you were lied to. That's not how it is. There's heaven. There's no hell. There's heaven. Like, Jesus Christ is waiting for you. And I didn't really know if I believed that or not, but it just came out. I said, Jesus Christ is waiting, and your family's waiting for you. They've been wondering, what are you doing? Why are you stuck here? Back and forth, back and forth. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. And I kept saying to him, you should do it, you should do it. And, he didn't want to. And finally, after all of this like negotiation and pleading, I said to him, just walk close. And if I'm wrong, walk back and stay here with us. And eventually he did. He was sucked away. So I told the guy, well, it's done. They're both gone. Huh? Really? Didn't believe me. The hotel owner didn't believe me. So I said, well, my time's up. Got to go, see ya. Came back the next week, and he goes, nope. And I actually saw the guy a number of years later, and I said to him, have you ever had any ghosts since then? No, not at all. Thank you so much. And this was a super rich guy, and he never paid me, now that I think about it. So then, that's my other piece of advice. If you do ghost busting for people, you got to like set your price first. Okay, I think I'm pretty close to my 15 minutes, so I'll stop here. That's my ghost story. Pretty cool, huh? I haven't seen any ghosts since then, but I have the feeling that if I need to see ghosts or deal with ghosts in the future, it'll be just as easy as it was that day. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed that story. Take care, everybody.